There aren't any mirrors in the airport. I just noticed that while desperately looking around for a fit check and some confirmation that I'm in a proper state to make brief but meaningful eye contact with strangers. The reason it always takes me 20 minutes to walk to my next flight in the Charlotte Douglas Airport is because they allow me to fly in on a normal flight, but once I arrive, they sort us into groups and they make all the guys 5'5" and under fly out of a special wing called Concourse E, but the E is spelled lowercase and it's the only one that's like that. I checked. Concourses A through D stand out in beautiful, proud, daunting capital script, but E almost hides like a typo at the end of the word concourse. Concourse E has extra low ceilings and there are wires and ducts and random exposed bars hanging out of it, but the staff just says, "Don't worry, you're not tall enough to bump it." And they're right, of course, but I don't know why they even said anything. All the chairs at the gate are these exaggeratedly small child-sized chairs you find in a preschool, and they all appear to be from the 80s and haven't been cleaned since then. They only serve coffee in little cortado cups because they don't want us to get hyper. It's 6 a.m. and I lied and said I had a group of 6 5'5" guys waiting for me at gate E40 and convinced the very large 16-year-old working at Starbucks to give me 6 tiny cups of coffee, and I'm quickly chugging them over a trash can before one of the workers notices and takes them away from me and makes me go sit in the corner with the white wall. It's a temporary wall like the trailer classrooms they put us in back in middle school. I managed to choke down all the coffee without being noticed, but in the process I've burned myself several times and there's a big wet spot going down from my collar to my breast pocket that makes me look like a nervous chewer. When it's time to board, they herd me and all the 5'5" guys outside where we board a tiny little plane from a step stool placed on the concrete. I keep telling them I'm not 5'5", but they just smirk at me like I'm doing some sort of bit. And on the tiny little plane, there's no overhead compartment. They make us hold our luggage on our lap to keep us from flying out of our seats. When the pilot safely lands the plane, he comes out of the cockpit and claps for us and tells us we did a good job and we were so brave and well behaved. And I actually do really appreciate that part because I was really brave, and I feel like no one ever acknowledges how scary it is to fly when you're 5'5" and you come up out of the seat every time the plane shifts direction or altitude. Whenever there's turbulence, I have to tighten the seatbelt so tight it cuts off my circulation, otherwise I'll experience localized zero gravity and black out.